Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Yummy Brand of Yommycrochetlogy and welcome. This is our first tutorial for the year 2023. This is very easy, quick project but very beautiful lacy scarf or shawl. If you like my content that talks about crochet and styling our crochet pieces, please smash that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. This tutorial is kindly sponsored by HOBBII Yarns. They are too generous to send me the French Kids silk that we added to our shawl or scarf. This is a Kids Silk Friends range from HOBBII, and at the back of the yarn there is a jacket that gives you an information about the yarn. This is a mohair yarn made of 72 mohair, 25 silk and 3% wool, 25 gram, and that is 200 meter per ball, and this is a lace weight yarn. This is maroon color and it's very squishy and it's very soft, and this is what it looks like once it's done. It's very beautiful. I love the effect. I combine it with different kinds of yarns to give this beautiful delicate effect. The main yarn that we will be using still is from HOBBII, the Sultan Shadow Twirl, and this is the color magenta, I believe, and the glitter thread. Also, you can grab it on HOBBII website. Do check their website in the description box below, and also don't forget to check the bingo in the bingo app of HOBBII. This is the shawl that I have. I have two sizes here. This one here is the shawl one, or the big one that actually cover my back, and it is very beautiful, and I created it as a 𝓜𝓪𝓽𝓮 color combination. So the lower part is white and red to mimic the 𝓜𝓪𝓽𝓮 color, and the second one is just purple, and again it also uses a mohair and a different color. This is the purple one and the red one. All the yarns needed for this tutorial will be linked in the description box below. Closely, this is what it looks like. It's very beautiful and lace effect. I really love this stitch, and let's proceed. So for this tutorial we will be using a 7mm hook. You can also use 6, 7, 8. Okay, and for the sake of the tutorial I will use the black so you guys can see it. And again, this is also mixed with a white mohair and a glitter yarn and a black shadow. So let's start with a slip knot, however you start a slip knot. And then our foundation chain is a multiple of 11, and that is 142. So we have to chain 142, starts with a slip knot. Then you have to chain 142, and that is a multiple of 11, but in my case here, just for a tutorial purposes, I will make a chain of 22. Again, that is a multiple of 11. So assumingly you already have your 142 chain, which is a multiple of 11. Okay, and I have here my multiple of 11 chain. After that you have to add a chain of 5, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so this 5 chain here, 3 chains here is count as a stitch or part of the next row, while the chain 2 here is your turning chain. Hold on to your 5 chain, separate them from the multiple of 11, and from that chain, after your 5 chain, you have to skip 3 stitches. So that's 1, 2 and 3. The 3 stitches here should be skipped. Okay, this 3, skip those, and on the next stitch you have to make a triple picot. So how to make a triple picot? Triple picot is single crochet on that stitch, pull it through, yarn over again and pull it through. So there's your single crochet, and then chain of 3, and again single crochet into the next stitch. Okay, so we are starting our special stitch, which is a triple picot V stitch. So there's your picot, the first picot. Now add more picot into your picot, triple picot. So how are you going to do that is chain 3 again and then single crochet on the next stitch. So there's 2 picots now, and then again chain 3, another single crochet on the next stitch. Okay, so there's your triple picot. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, and 3. Next stitch after your skip, you have to make a V-stitch. So V-stitch here is a double crochet. And then chain 2, 1 and 2. And again double crochet in the same stitch to complete your V-stitch. So there you go, there's your V-stitch. These are the pattern that you have to repeat: the triple picot, chain 5, skip 3, and then V-stitch. Okay, so that's how you will repeat the pattern: triple picot, chain 5, skip 3, and V-stitch. Now assumingly we are already at the end, skip 3 and chain 3. If you're ending and starting, you only have to chain 3 and then double crochet at the last stitch. So this is how our second row should look like. So you started here with a turning chain of 2 and chain 3, triple picot, chain 5, skip 3, V-stitch. Those are the repeat until you reach at the end. Then end it with a chain 3 and double crochet at the end of the row. Now let's proceed to the next row. Chain of 2 is a turning chain. Turn your work. Chain 3. This is count as a stitch. Now if you see a triple picot from the previous row, skip the first picot, and in the middle picot you have to make a V-stitch. V-stitch is double crochet. Chain 2 and double crochet in the same chain space or picot. Okay, so basically saying we alternate our stitches from the previous round. So this is a triple picot, so we have a V-stitch here. Now chain 5, and then if it is a V-stitch from the previous round, you have to put triple picot on top of that V-stitch. So triple picot here is single crochet, chain 3, and single crochet again in the same chain space. So there is your first picot, and repeat that until you have 3. So now we're making the second one. So chain 3 again, single crochet in the same chain space. And there's your second picot now. Now again, the last picot will be chain 3 and single crochet in the same chain space to complete the 3 picots. So there you go. If it's a V-stitch from the previous round, you have to put a triple picot on top of that. So that's our repeat pattern: V-stitch, chain 5, and triple picot. And ending this row is chain of 3 instead of chaining 5, and then on top of your chain 2, only chain 2, you will use the chain 2 you have to place a double crochet on top of the chain 2 to end a row. Okay, so we are on the 3rd row, and this is your repeat row. Okay, so 3rd row is one of the repeat rows. So basically saying you are alternating your stitches. Now we will proceed to our last repeat row. Chain 2, turn your work, and then chain 3. Chain 3 is count as a stitch. Now if it's a V stitch from the previous round, again you'll just have to alternate your stitches and make a triple picot on top of a V stitch. So triple picot is single crochet, chain 3, and single crochet again in the same picot or space, then chain 3 again and single crochet, and another chain 3 and single crochet again in the same space or picot. So there's your triple picot on top of a V stitch from the previous round. Now chain of 5, and if it is a triple picot, you have to place V stitch in the middle picot or the 2nd picot. Okay, so this is the repeat stitches: triple picot, chain 5, and V stitch until you've reached at the end of your row. We are at the end, so chain 3 and then double crochet on top of the chain 2 or turning chain to close a row. So there you go, that's your 4th row, and the 3rd row and the 4th row is your repeat rows until you have long enough according to your desire or how long you want your shawl or scarf will be. Okay, so the longer version that I made for this is, longer version has 40 repeat or 40 rows, and it consumes 3 mohair balls of yarn and 1.5 cake, but different color. This one is whitish. And then the shorter version or the scarf version is around 20 rows. Okay, so it's up to you how long you want your project. It's just 2 rows repeat, and then once we're done with the roots, we will add another nice fan rows in the side just to give drama to our scarf. Okay, I'll meet you then. So now that you have reached or finished to the length or rows that you desired, we will add the fan in the side. Okay, so grab your work again and start where you ended and turn your work like this so you're facing the side, and we will be working into the turning chains. Okay, so chain 1 and then into the first chain or turning chain that you encountered, place a single crochet in there. Okay, and then in the next turning chain you have to place 9 double crochets. So yarn over, insert your hook into the chain space and then make a double crochet, and you have to make 9 double crochet to complete a fan. Glitter thread is actually very annoying sometimes to work with, so if you have a trick or two to make the workflow faster or not less annoying, please do that. So now I have my 9 double crochet here, and then we will move to our next turning chain and make a single crochet. So we're just working into turning chains of the previous row. So repeat the pattern of single crochet and then 9 double crochet or the fan in every turning chains that you have in the side of your row, regardless of how long your project is, whether you're making the same pattern of fan, 9 double crochets and then single crochet, working into the turning chains of your previous row. So we're here to end, and we only have left a 1 chain space, so you have to single crochet to close this row and then secure the yarn. So that's what our side rows should look like, or the borders in the side. It's a big fan, and cut this yarn off and do the same in the other side. When you attach your yarn, make sure you attach it in the side where your fan should be right side facing towards you. Okay, so in my case, I should start here in this side, so my fan should be right side facing. And this is what it looks like in the in the shorter version. I didn't manage to make one border in my bigger version since I ran out of yarn. So this one here is just a plain turning chain spaces. If you prefer that, you can also skip this row. But if you want the big fan, that's how you will do it, and repeat in the other side. So I have here some blinks and tags that we can definitely add to our scarves. You can add whatever you have, your personalized tag. This one here is personalized tag. It has a Yommycrochetlogy name on it, and it's a tag. I sew it into this scarf, and this one here is just handmade and a little bronze looking thingy. I prefer this one, and I'll add it in here in my red one. So add your personalized tags and you're good to go. You're ready to gift it to someone or use it as a personal collection. That's all for today. A beautiful lace quick scarf or shawl to make over the winter or over the holiday or Valentine's, whatever is the occasion. This is so perfect and beautiful and warm. So thank you so much guys for tuning in tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and don't forget to tag me any of your work here in my social media, and also visit my Etsy with the code that you can use upon checkout. So thank you so much, and I hope to see you again sometime next week. Goodbye.